Yo, what's going on everybody? It's Zan here. Most of y'all probably know me as admin and co-owner of RC Six Mans. I'm just super thrilled to be here today, obviously because of this amazing tournament, with amazing production, awesome casters, and crazy pro champions. But I'm here for this video to tell you some very exciting news. Some of you probably already heard about it. There's rumors floating up in the air, tweets have been done, and all of that jazz. But we're finally here. We've been working on this for a while, and we put a lot of hard work and dedication into it. And we're just more than excited to finally be able to share with you what we've been cooking up. Coming up in March, Six Mans gets the opportunity to introduce Roller Champions' next biggest tournament, where every region around the world is able to participate. We are very proud of what we get to announce today, and we know you'll enjoy it, and remember it as one of the biggest moments in Roller Champions history. But enough beating around the bush, and let's just cut to the chase. The announcement you've all been waiting for is the Roller Champions Six Mans Premier League. This tournament will have a humongous cash prize, but we'll get to that later. For now, let's talk about the formatting of the league. The RC Premier League will have two open qualifiers hosted on Challenger mode, one on March 23rd and the other on March 30th. The top 5 teams from each of those qualifiers will then be invited to play in the RC Six Mans Premier League. In the league, there will be 10 teams, each team playing each other twice. One match at a team's home stadium and one match at an opponent's stadium. Teams will pick their home stadiums in order of seedings from the qualifiers. The league will then last for 6 weeks, with 15 matches occurring each week, with 3 of them being streamed. But don't worry, we'll keep you up to date on all the action. Teams will earn 3 points for a win and 1 point for a loss. And at the end of the league, the top 4 teams ranked by these points will be invited to play in the playoffs. The playoffs will be single elimination bracket, with the semifinals being a best of 5 series and the grand finals being a best of 7. The winning team of the playoffs will be crowned champions of Roller Champions. But be careful, because the bottom 3 teams will be relegated at the end of the season and will not remain automatically for the next season. Now it's time to go over some dates and some times. After our qualifiers that have been placed on March 23rd and March 30th, we're going to be taking a 2-week break in order to get things situated for the league. With that being said, week 1 of the regular season isn't going to start until April 13th. After week 1, we are then going to take another 2-week break in order for us to hold our monthly RC Six Mans Invitational. After week 2, that's whenever every single week on Saturday, 12 p.m. CST, we'll be holding all of the rest of our matches. So week 6, being our last week of the regular season, May 25th, we will then be entering the postseason, and playoffs will not be commencing until June 15th. All of the qualifiers and playoffs will be starting at 1 p.m. CST, and regular season matches will be starting at 12 p.m. CST. When signing up for the qualifiers, teams will be allowed to have 5 players max on their roster, one of which will be a team captain and will be responsible for communicating with the administrators if qualified. After the qualifiers, the qualified teams will participate in what we call the roster lock. The players in your locked roster will be the only players allowed to participate for your team in both league and playoff stages. 3/5 of the players on your roster for the qualifiers must remain the same on your locked roster for the league and the playoffs. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, the prize pool. The total prize pool for this tournament will be a total of 1,250 USD. 750 of these dollars will go towards the playoff prize pool, and the other 500 will go towards a system we've devised to ensure nobody goes home empty-handed. Remember those points I mentioned earlier? Each team will get $5 for every 4 points they have accumulated throughout the regular season. More details on this can be found on the RC Six Mans Premier League rulebook. As for the playoffs, first place will receive a whopping $450, second $200, and third $100. Details about the distribution of these prizes can also be found in the rulebook. Well, that's all for now. Expect to see registration for the Open qualifiers announced soon, and also remember to join the Roller Champions 6 Men's Premier League Discord server to make sure you don't miss out on any information in the future.